Hi everyone, it's Kerry here. Hope your day's a good day. I thought today I would show you something that I'm not sure whether it's been done before. I know that similar things have been made, so I'm not claiming that as my own idea, but I haven't seen it before, so I thought I'll show you what I came up with, and hopefully you might like to try it in your own journal. So I started this journal at the retreat that I went to with Sue at Paper Inspirations, and I haven't done much in it, but I came across this idea using 6x6 paper pad, and or you could use a 12x12 and make 4 in one go. So it's just a little flip out. You could glue it on and have it like an extra pocket. And what I thought was a bit different about this was that I've actually glued the papers together and then tied them in, or you could use split pins, and that way you can actually either use these individually and tear them out if you want to use them as a collage, or if you fill up this as a notebook, you could take it out and make another one to fit in. So yeah, that was just my idea, just something a little bit different. As you can see, I've made it so that I've put this one in with a paper clip, and I've actually used the bits that I cut off to make the collage on the front of the tag. So the tag is separate, and you could put anything in there. So yeah, and I've just then paper clipped it onto a page in my journal. And I've also done a second one here, which I actually did in a video, but I had to scrap the video because I had so much trouble uploading it. This one I've done because the way the 6x6 was, the pretty picture was on the back, sort of. So I actually made that the feature, put that on like that, and then that way you can have it on in your journal either way. And I've made the papers on that side and the tag on this side, and I've actually used a a tag that I decorated. I tried doing a few alcohol inks, and I've just decorated that with a bit of a doily, and I've still got the leftover bits I've snipped off the tag, the little booklet when I've made it. Yeah, so that can be used for something. So I thought we'd make these today. I'll take these both out so you can see how I've done them. You can have them as a source of inspiration, maybe. Put my journal out the way. Now, as I said, I used 12x12 papers to make them, and I found that obviously double-sided ones are easier to use. So one of them, I don't think I used, no, it wasn't that book. There's a few in here. So for example, you've got to be careful with where they fold, because you'll fold the bottom and the top up and cut some off. So you've got to be careful about a picture being too low to the bottom, unless you don't mind it being cut off. So for example, that train, you'd sort of have that on the fold. And they'll also be folded in half, so you've got to be a little bit of aware of that. That one would probably work because of where the placement is, and be minded that you'll then have something on the back and the front, which is fine as well. That one's that way around, so that would probably work as well. This is actually the book that I got this one from. I don't know if these probably wouldn't be available anymore. These are ones that I've had for years in my stash. Any of that would work. It would be folded under some of it, but it would be fine. Obviously, if you have something like that, the bird might be upside down on the other side. That one, the bird would probably be upside down, or you just have the feet on the other side of the picture. So some of these would be okay and some not so much. That one you could probably put to the other side. I think I actually tore that one out to maybe use that one. And the same, yeah, so those two as well. I've got heaps of other ones that I could use. No, that's single-sided. That one's no good because you'd just be a bit boring on the other side. I think I took this one here. May have been from, or it was a scrap that I had from somewhere else. This one would be a good one to use. I've a few times looked at it and nearly taken it. So I'll probably end up making one with that. Again, the bicycle would go half underneath on the other side and be upside down. So, but what I have decided to use actually, I've got some offcuts from 12 by 12 scrap booking pages. I know this one, I actually have a journal that I've started, so I might actually use this one. And it's probably easier if it's not directional, and this isn't really directional. It's kind of directional, but you can get away with it. So what I'm going to do is, my first thing I'm going to do is move my scissors out the way so they don't get knocked about. I'm going to make sure this is 6 by 6. My glasses on first up so that I can see what I'm doing, and keep my bits and pieces to make backboards, and I might use this side. So let's start from the bottom. I don't know if I EVAS my cutter works better if I cut from the bottom up. Okay, so that's 6 by 6 now. Get my scoring tool. I have got a scoring board, but it's 12 by 12, so it takes up so much room. So next I've got to decide which way up I want it. That doesn't look straight. Little bit out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to do I want it that way, or do I want that in half that way? No, I think okay, so I want it in half this way. So I'm actually going to get my, I'm going to score this at 3. And I know I've got a scoring tool in there, but I find it just doesn't score it well enough. And I didn't look which way the stripes went, so that's fine as well. So I'm going to fold this in half, and this will show me whether or not it's straight. Just probably the pattern that makes it look crooked. It is a little bit out, I think, but that's okay. Okay, so all I did was 6 by 6. You could do it any size, I suppose. And then folded in half, scored at 3 and folded in half. Then I'll decide which way I want it up. So far we've folded in half. Make this my inside. So then you can decide whether you want your little booklet on the left and your pocket on the right, or your booklet on the right and your pocket on the left. So I think I will put my pocket on the left and my little booklet on the right. Okay, so I'll make it like this one. Okay, so what we do is work out that, so that'll be the bottom where the pocket is. So I hold that on the side, and I've just marked it in 1 inch. You could make it larger if you wanted to, but then your booklet, your little folio gets smaller. So mark it in 1 inch from the bottom. So that's my bottom on the right hand side of my, yeah, I've done it on the wrong side, but that's okay. So score that and fold it 1 inch. Okay, and then the opposite side, I go and I score it at 1/2 inch. Let's do it on the correct side. I score there at 1/2 inch. Okay. And then I just use my bone folder to make it work better. Okay. Now, we open those folds back up again. So I suppose this is probably the best time to decide. So whether I have my booklet. So I've decided I want my booklet on the right and my pocket on the left. So what we need to do is we need to cut away the side of the pocket that we don't want. So I'm going to cut this rectangle away, and the side of the booklet that we don't want. So I'm going to cut away this rectangle. But what I'm going to do when I cut them, so I'm cutting this one out. I'm going to start by cutting along the line as well as I can with my glasses on, and I'm not very good at this, but it'll do. Okay, I go to that corner, and in order to make it fold nicely when we've got this up, I just cut tiny bit in from the line at a very slight angle, and on this side I match it just for a very sliver at a very slight angle. I just cut it off so that it looks even, which it doesn't, so I'll cut it a little bit more on that side. Okay, just to sort of get an even pocket. So when you flip that back up, there's your pocket, and they're more or less even. Okay, now we want to get rid of that, leave that one there for our fold over for our booklet. Open that up to remind me, get rid of that one. So cut there and cut along there. I'm working out with doing these videos, it's hard to keep it so the camera can see and I can see as well. I'm learning all these things. Okay, so I've done that, so that's in the right place, and again I just do a really small amount to make it easy to fold, and hopefully I'll do the same amount on this side. Okay, I think that one's better. So we've got the fold over for the booklet, and we've got the fold over for the pocket. Now I'm going to keep those 2 bits because I do keep my bits and pieces, but I will chuck these out. I'm not that bad. Okay, and this can now go away for good. Well, lock it. Get it out of the way. Sorry about stretching. Okay, now, so obviously the pockets, oh no, what I will do is I know this isn't what everybody likes to do, so if you don't want to distress your edges, that's fine. You don't have to, obviously, but if you do, and if you don't have one of these groovy little things, you can just use the side of your scissors, the edge of your scissors blade, but it is best to do it at this point of time. Now, on these ones, I've distressed the edges and inked them. I'm not going to do and ink this one because I think the journal that I'm making for, no, I will ink it because I think I got rid of that journal. I think I gave that journal to my friend, so I don't have that one anymore anyway. I was going to say I don't think I inked anything in that, but I will. That one I've given away as a gift last year. So I will ink this, and what I might do, just for something different, I will actually I'll use my Victorian Velvet. And I need a new one of these. As you can see, it's very old and grubby. So that just stops some of the white, which isn't that bad. I like the look of the Victorian Velvet with this colour paper. So as I said, this is scrapbooking paper that I've had for ages and ages, and I've got other leftovers in this actual paper set, I guess you'd say. So I'll dig it out and find it and I can use it. So there we go. And then I'll do the other side, make sure that it's nicely done too. So these are really quick and easy, and the other day when I was on Sue at Paper Inspirations actually did a Zoom meeting for New Year's Eve, which was a lot of fun. A couple of other ladies came on with us. It was lots of fun, and one of the ladies was saying about using 6x6 papers. I can't remember who it was, and I said, oh, I've got a video, and then I couldn't upload it and it was giving me all these hassles. So I said, okay, I'm going to redo it, because I'd actually also made a bit of a mess of it and I couldn't change it. So I'm redoing it and hopefully I won't make the same mistake. So here we are remaking it, and I've got 2 samples to show. So there you go. So we've got the pocket. So I'm going to glue the pocket down. That's the easiest part. So no, I need to wiggle I've lost my blue pin that came with my metal tip for my art glitter glue. And I have got a whole lot. I bought this box of non-rusting pins at a second-hand shop. Like this, there must be a couple of hundred in the 2 boxes that I got, but they don't seem to be quite as thick or as long as the ones, oh see, I can't get it in there, as the ones that come with the glue bottles. So I always have to squiggle it around to make sure it fits. Now, as you can see, what I did with these is, for the booklets, I just got all sorts of different scraps of paper and put them together and glued them in one. This time though, just to show you something different, and you can change it then if you decide you don't like it, I'm actually going to use, I found all these little scraps of, I cut them off paper when I'd prefer them if they were coffee dyed or pink dyed. Must do some more pink and coloured paper dyeing. And I prefer them if they all were long enough and went the right way, but they'll do. Here we go. Okay. Use these ones because they're all the same size. I'll have to cut them down, but they all go that way, so that's good. just a bit wide, so I'll just take a sliver off the edges. But I will, actually what I'll do now, those ones I glued together, and I just got each paper and glued it together, and that's what you couldn't see on the previous video. I just glued each one together. This one, what I think I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get my little mini stapler, if I can find it. I think it's in my top drawer. Yep, there we go. Get my little mini stapler, and I'm just going to put one staple in the middle, but I'm going to take some off the edge, so it'll be a little bit further in than that. So if I take a little tiny bit off the edge, sorry, it's my brain works this way. So that's the middle there, but I'm going to take a little bit off the edge, so the middle will be over there a bit more, approximately there. So it's going to be hiding, so it doesn't have to be exact, and I'm going to do it up as high as I can on the paper and as straight as I can. See, not very straight, to make sure that when I put the stitching in, it's not too big a deal. Okay, now as I said, I'm going to get this cutter because it's much smaller, and I'm going to take a little bit off the side so that, where's the middle? It's approximately there. Wish me luck. And those I won't keep because they're too small. Yeah, there you go. That's about in the middle. And now normally I would get my hammer. I've got a little hammer on my desk normally, but it's packed away still from the retreat. Shh, don't say anything. And I'd actually hammer that down. I'm not going to use my beautiful scissors. They're lovely. They're the most gorgeous scissors I ever bought. I'm not going to use those because I don't want to wreck them. But that will sit nicely under there, like that. Okay. And it looks crooked, but I'll make sure it doesn't look crooked when I do it. So now what I'll do is I'll actually get I'll get my hole punch. Where's my, right in front of my face, of course. So I'll hold this where I want it. Make sure that it's going to close properly, nicely. Yep, which it does. Okay. And then it's crooked. I'm telling you it's crooked. It's probably the paper underneath. And straighten it up. Put it in the middle. See, then I get pedantic and then it's really bad. Okay. Then we're going to hole punch it. So this is I think we said it was 1/8 of an inch last time when I measured it, when I did my last video that I couldn't use. And I'm just going to go in a bit just to make it look nice. And I'm actually going to use, I won't because I can't, I might be able to. Oh no, I won't. I'll think about it. I'll decide. And go approximately. Is that about the right place? Try to get it lined up more. Oh, last time I actually drew lines and measured it. This time I've just done it by eye, and it's not perfect, but it'll do. So, and I'm just trying to see if I have got split pins really handy, because if I do, I'll use split pins. Could actually use anything really. You could even use ball pins if you wanted to, but I don't think I've got split pins handy. That would be ideal. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did with the ribbon. You could use split pins, like I said. I'm going to insert, not ribbon, thread. I'm going to use, which one am I going to use? Sorry. That's the wrong colour. Oh, here we go. I put that aside because I looked for that last. Here we go. This might work. Might be too short, but we'll see. Okay, so you want something that you can open actually. Sorry, I was organised. All except for that. Okay. Short-term solution. Would not recommend to do it exactly like this, but this will do. Excuse the noise and excuse the colours because they do not go, but you could, like I said, use a split pen, and I would probably use a smaller one, and I would definitely use colours that suit better. Okay, and I'd probably use flatter ones. Okay, that doesn't look that good. No, I'm not happy with that. Okay, I'll show you then what I did. I got my I don't know if I've got any pink ones in here. It's got some copy dyed stuff in here. I don't need copy dyed tags. Nope. I've only got big ones. Oh, little one. Just a little one. Okay. So they're actually a bit big. So what I'll do, I know what I'm going to use. Single-sided. Oh, I know what I'll use. No, that's too small. Okay. Quick thinking. I know what I'll use. I will use my very lovely friend Vicky. Got me this. Gifted that to me. And I will use some of this. Ah, here we go. No, that's too big. Sorry, disorganized. Okay. Quickly make a tag. That's a good colour. Make a quick little tag. So we don't want it to be too big because it's a bit narrow. You all know how to make tags. And then it's not going to be too high, so just make sure it fits up to here. Okay. Oh, it's double-sided. Don't need. I was going to put coffee dyed paper on the back. I don't need to. It's double-sided. Oh. Okay. And then I just get my little tag measuring thing. Not sure what you call it. Template. Cut the corners. There we go. Do a bit of this just to make it stand out more. Could actually do that in green. I won't worry about doing the edges. I can do that later. Otherwise you'll be here forever. You don't need to watch me. Not happy with those. Not happy at all with that. With these pins, split pins. Okay, so that's so pretty. Look at that. So pretty. That's Minte papers. Basic book backgrounds lace. So stunning. They're all double-sided and just so lovely. Except for obviously the covers, but you still get them on the covers as well. So pretty. Oh, so spoiled. What a lovely gift. Thank you, Vicky. And just put a hole in the middle approximately. And a little bit of sari silk left over, just a little scrap. See, it's always good to keep the little scrappy bits. You can use them for all sorts of things. It's actually split in half. I like that side up. There we go. I know it's a different paper, but it still goes. Okay, now I'm going to fix that because that's disturbing me so much. Okay, I've just got to find thread that's a different colour. Here we go. This'll do. Okay. Probably should use some of the sari silk. Which I haven't got handy. I can't use it. I don't know if you can hear that. I just had the neighbours going yay, 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 sort of it's a birthday or what. I'll do this double because it's quite thin, and I would probably use something that matches a bit better. But this will do at the moment because I don't want to go looking for stuff. I thought I was organised. I tried to be organised. You know how it is. And through here, the other one. Made it so long now. And so that way, at any time when you've used up the book or you've decide you want to change the papers in there or whatever you want to do, you can just undo the string. And use different string in there. Obviously you can put a bit more on the you can decorate up the flat tag a bit more. I would normally decorate the tag a bit more. I'll probably, you know what I'll do? Bring this down a bit, make it a bit smaller because it's huge, those bows. Where are you? This one. And this one. And I'll tie a knot in here and hopefully that'll hold, and then I'll cut that shorter. Nope. That'll do. As you can tell, I'm not a professional at doing bows. And I won't use my good scissors. I sewing scissors instead, which are my other good scissors, but they're not as good as those ones. Okay, so there we go. Let's move this all out of the way so you can see. I don't have a big mess for you to look through. Okay. Paper's left over. That can go over there. Oops, don't drop. You don't want to see my desk, that's for sure. Okay, so we've got 3 little, I don't know, I guess you'd call them little booklet things. I don't know what you call them. So you've got 3 of them going different ways, well, 2 different ways, 2 different styles of papers in them, and then the tags. Okay, and this one probably not as grungy as this book is going to be, but I'll just show you what it could look like. So that could just go anyway, really. You can either put it like this in the tag on the page, which is probably the easiest. Put it like that, and then you can still write underneath, take it out, write in it, put whatever tags you want to put in there. Close it up, and it's in your journal. There you go. So I hope that was an idea that you might like to try in your own journals. And yeah, or you could even send it with a little bit of love in a share video, in a share package to somebody, a care package to somebody, a rack. That's what I'm trying to say, a rack. Yeah, so if you want to try that, you could put a couple of little bits and pieces in it, and yeah, see how you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.